Zombie apocalypse.
How's it going, everybody? This is Taba Drabo. Hope you're all having another great day, and welcome back to another video. Well, here we are, folks. It's 2021. It's a new beginning, new intro. I hope you like that. Actually, that's a new intro that I created for my channel here this year, and also beginning of another brand new year of hope and opportunities for all of us. And I'm very excited to see what 2021 brings for all of us, especially me as well. As I mentioned in my past video, I got a lot of exciting new content that I want to make here for this year, but I also need a whole lot of ideas because I'm still trying to find a direction that I want to take for this channel. So again, as usual, if you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comments. I have a lot of exciting content that I want to create for this channel when it comes to my future here, and I really can't do it without you. So please let me know what you guys want me to talk about or do here on my channel in the comment section below, as well as for all future videos that I make as well. Also, in my last video, I also mentioned that I have some resolutions for this year that I want to talk about, and that's exactly what this video is all about. Today, I'm going to be talking about my New Year's resolutions for all of 2021 and what I really want to accomplish for this year. Now, granted, some of them I probably might not be able to do, while others, I'll probably get the chance to do sometime later in the year. But again, these are just some of the core resolutions that I have that I want to tackle for this year. And there are a lot more as well that I even have in general as well that I want to do as well. But these are just some of the resolutions that I have planned for this new year 2021, and some of them that I plan to stick with throughout the duration of the year as I try to work my way up into the adult life this year in 2021. So that being said, here we go. My first resolution for this year, obviously this one is pretty self-explanatory, is to find a job in the TV and film industry. As I mentioned, I am now officially a graduate of Kean University. I'm going to get my control later this month, and then my official graduation from Kean in May. And so this year will be my first official year as a post-college student. My first year outside college, and now I have the world literally in my hands. And so now I want to take what I learned from both the internships I had last year at Best Buddies and Choices and find a job in the TV and film industry. Now again, I don't know how long it's going to take for me to find a job. I could really get one next week, maybe in a month, or maybe even later this year as well. All I know is it's going to take a very long road for me to be able to find an entry-level production assistant job at some TV production company in New Jersey or in New York somewhere. But that's really my main resolution for this year, and hopefully I can get that accomplished sometime within the next couple months or so, or maybe sooner than that. My second New Year's resolution is to start a video game collection. Now, I made a video a couple years ago displaying what I currently have when it comes to all my video games. I mentioned that I have 3 PlayStation consoles, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4, and I also have a whole bunch of video games go along with that as well. Obviously, I have updated a little bit since I made that video. I have gotten a few more games for PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, but not for the PlayStation 4. But as I mentioned before, I also want to get the PlayStation 1 along with the PlayStation 5 that was just recently released, and a whole bunch of more games as well, because I want to play some very exciting classic and new games on all of those consoles, and also start going into the Xbox Nintendo realm as well. Video games are a major part of my life, and I would definitely like to start working on a video game collection this year. But of course, it's going to take a lot of money and time to do all of that as well. My third resolution for this year is to start traveling the world, as well as travel around the country as well. I've mainly just focused on just being in 3 places, which is in New Jersey, New York City, or at least in the southern part of Pennsylvania, where I went to see a NASCAR race at Pocono. And really, I've only been out of the country once in my entire life, and that was when I was a baby, when I was traveling to Jordan with my family to see my dad's parents during that time in 1998. And obviously, I don't know when we're going to get the opportunity to do that again, because like I said, we're still in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic and everything's looking very bad right now. But that's something that I really want to do. I want to travel to other places around the country, like Los Angeles, like I said, Florida, California, Texas, and also go to other places as well, like Japan, Great Britain, Spain, Germany, all of those countries as well. I always want to learn some new things and explore some new things as well. So whenever the pandemic clears up and we're allowed to travel out of the country again, hopefully I get the opportunity to do so, because I'm always looking to learn some new things about the world and just try something new in general. My fourth resolution for this year is to maintain my successful weight loss. Now, as I've mentioned multiple times in my past videos, I had a massive weight loss last year, which is pretty much my biggest accomplishment next to finishing college. I had an 80-pound weight loss from the middle of 2019 all the way to the end of last year. I'm now 150 pounds, and that is something that I'm just very excited about. Now my main goal is to maintain that. Obviously I had to change up my diet just a little bit. I'm now having to eat 2,500 calories because I'm still going out walking every day, which is mainly like 10-mile walks, as I had mentioned to you before. So I've had to change it up a little bit, but hopefully my plan is to maintain the weight that I am, so that way whatever bulk I still have left or extra skin I have, they can all dissipate by the time the year ends, and now I can look as slimmer as I possibly have ever been in my entire life. My fifth resolution for this year is to find my own home. Now obviously I'm still living here in Springfield, but now that I've finished with college, obviously I gotta find a way to make all that money so that way I can start living independently, and living independently is one of the biggest goals that I have in my life. So whether or not I have to start this year in retail jobs, which is where I'm probably looking at right now, I still have that job over in Union, or maybe later in the year when I do finally get that TV and film job, I gotta find a way to be able to make all the money and as well as pay for all the insurance so that way I can get my own home. But that's really the main goal that I have when it comes to independent living skills. I really want to try to live independently, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to accomplish that by the end of this year, but I really hope that I get the chance to do so, because I've done a lot to get to this point, and I really think that I'm ready right now to try my hand at living independently and see if I can be able to manage all the life that I have at my own home and all of that. But I gotta be able to make all the money first to be able to get my own home first, obviously. My sixth New Year resolution is to start a relationship. Now, obviously, while I've made a whole lot of friends over the last few years, one of the things that I struggle at is interacting with somebody that could be a part of my life in the next few years or so. I've never actually had a girlfriend, and that's an honest opinion with me, and a lot of that's because I just am really hesitant to approach a girl and maybe just talk to her, maybe start a relationship with her, or maybe just go out and have like a dinner or two or something like that. But hopefully this year I can work on those skills, because I would really like to start a family within the next few years or so. Have my own children, meet my own in-laws or relatives, something like that. So hopefully this year I can work on building a relationship with another person, so that way I can start a family with them, and just start becoming my own father in general. Start having a very special life with another person that I can have within the next few years. My seventh New Year resolution is to start volunteering more. I did a lot of volunteering when I was with the Phi Theta Kappa LIII chapter I mentioned before when I was in Union County College, and I also volunteered a little bit when I was in high school, as well as in Kane University when I was doing Kane TV. But there are still other places out here in the world where I get the opportunity to volunteer at. Maybe volunteer at a local food bank, or do something regarding like recreational sports and all that. It's always an opportunity to try something new. So that's really another opportunity that I really think that I really want to go for this year. So there are plenty of opportunities here in Springfield and also in Union that I can definitely go for. So any recreational events that they're a part of, I would like to go out and try to volunteer more. Learn how to be a more important part of society and take an active part in some of the special things that happen here in New Jersey and around the world as well. So I definitely would like to volunteer more and try some new things in my life. Speaking of trying new things in my life, my eighth resolution for this year is to pick up some new hobbies. And there are still quite a few hobbies out there that I really think that I can try to pursue. I mentioned that I love going out walking, and I also love playing video games on PlayStation as well, and what I'm doing right now as well, making YouTube videos and filmmaking. I already enjoy doing all of these hobbies, but there are still plenty more that I definitely would like to do. I definitely like to go out and ride a bike or so. I'm not had a bike in over a year or so, though I've never really learned how to properly ride a bike. So that's something that I would definitely like to do. Get my own bike and start riding it, so that way if I go out in the future to get some exercise, I can probably use that as a method of transportation. Or maybe even go out and do some camping as well. I don't remember doing camping since I was like a Cub Scout or something like that. So maybe go out with my family or friends and, just go out, spend a day or two in the forest and, just enjoy the wildlife in general. There's so many hobbies out there that I haven't gotten the chance to do that I like to do. So, hopefully when the pandemic clears out, I can get the opportunity to go out in the world and, try some of those hobbies. There may be something out there that might be even better than the ones that I have right now. So, there are a lot of hobbies out there. So, I hope to pursue a lot more of them when I get out there in the near future. My 9th New Year's resolution is to find some new shows and movies to watch. I've mainly just relegated myself to just watching sports on TV or maybe even a couple of cartoons or something like that. But, now that I'm officially starting to get my way into the TV and film industry, I gotta start watching some more content. Maybe it could be somewhere like in news. I have watched a little bit about that, but mainly just for election day purposes. But, also watch a little bit more drama or maybe more comedy or action thrillers or, maybe even a little bit of horror and all of that. And, I used to go out like at least once a year to go to a movie theater and see a movie, but, I didn't get the chance to do that last year because of the coronavirus pandemic. But I definitely like to go to movie theaters and see like a couple or 3 or more new movies a year, or maybe even watch some new TV shows as well, because, there are a lot of shows and movies out there that I might watch that might be related to what I might get myself into once I get into TV and film. So, I definitely like to explore somewhere in the TV and film realm and, watch a few movies that might be of interest to me and, see if I can find any new TV shows or movies that I might enjoy this year. My 10th and most important resolution that I have for this year is to start being more social, which is to get out of the house more and be with my family and friends more often. Now, as I've mentioned before, I've made quite a bit of friends over the years at Kean University, Union County College, and at high school. And of course, I have all the family that I have with me as well. My dad, my stepmom, my little brother, and all my aunts, uncles, and grandparents and all that. But as I've mentioned before, I'm somebody that usually struggles to interact with others. And with my autism, I tend to struggle a lot with just communicating with other people. But I really do feel like this year I can get the opportunity to change that. So as I've mentioned before, I want to start meeting up with some of my old friends again, or even continue to hang out with some of my new ones as well. So, obviously one of the goals that I have is to improve on my communication skills so that whenever I go out to see any of them again, I can have some more conversations with them and create some more memories with them that will last for a long time, and even meet some new people as well, because, there are some people that I might meet at a new job that I might have, or even outside of that, that could be a major part of my life, and, all of them are going to play a major contributing role as to how far I can get in my major field, or even life in general, living independently and all that. So, there are a lot of people out there, that I can get the opportunity to meet through all of these avenues that I get to go into. And family as well, obviously my family is the most important thing in my life to me next to my friends, and, they are very important as to why I was able to get to this point in my life right now. And, I want to spend a lot more time with them. My 6-year-old brother Ryan, he is a major part of my life today. And so, now that I'm finished with college, now I have more time to spend time with my little brother. So, hopefully I get to spend a little more time with him and, just enjoy life with him in general. And by the way, in future videos, don't be surprised if you do see my family and friends more often here on my YouTube channel. There could be a video or two where I could just be hanging out with my friends and they could appear in any of my videos. So, don't be surprised if any of that happens later this year. So yeah, obviously my main resolution this year is to be more interactive and to be more social. Just be with my friends and family more often and, just enjoy life, have fun in general. Okay, so those are 10 of my biggest New Year's resolutions that I have for this year, but obviously again, I have a lot more than that I want to accomplish. And again, depending on what happens this year, I might only be able to accomplish a few of them, but again, these are just some of the core resolutions that I have for this year that I would definitely like to get into. Which leads me to the question, what are some of your New Year's resolutions for this year? Feel free to let me know in the comments. Obviously, I know a lot of you guys have a lot of different New Year's resolutions than I do, and some of them might be a little more interesting than others, so feel free to leave your resolutions down in the comments. I'm sure that there are a lot that you're looking to aim for this year that you might be successful at, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens this year in 2021. Like I said, 2020 was a very rough year for all of us, but hey, we're here in the new year finally, so there's plenty of new things to look for in 2021, so definitely excited to see what the new year brings. Alright, with that being said, that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed my first video of 2021. 2021. I got a lot of exciting new content coming your way this year, so if you want to see all of it and see all of my other content as well, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. As always, I always want to hear your suggestions for videos that I should make for this year. I got a lot of ideas that I got planned, but I also want to hear from you exactly what I should be talking about as well, whether it's just vlogs, projects, challenges, or anything else in general. You name it, I'll try my best to make them, so feel free to leave them down in the comments below. And as always, follow me on social media. All the links are in the description below. That being said, that is going to do it for this video. Hope your new year has gotten off to a great start so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what 2021 brings. And as always, I'll see you guys next week in another video. So long, everybody.